What is going on, everyone? God bless you all. Thank you for tuning into my channel. I hope you get some knowledge. I hope you get some motivation from this. I pray that God uses me to bring people to the kingdom, or just uplift people. This is supposed to be episode 3 of my podcast, but I need to get some pieces for my laptop so I can put the video. My last one, this is recorded from a phone. My episode 3 of the podcast was recorded on camera, so I need a piece to get it from the camera to the laptop. We're not gonna talk about that much. As you can see from the title, we're gonna be talking about forgiveness. That's something I've been praying and been fasting. And you just know when you get a feeling like God's telling you, "Hey, this is what you need to talk about." And forgiveness is that. I was thinking about the other day, like someone told me, like, should I make a video about forgiveness? And then I didn't. But then I've seen multiple things about forgiveness from the scriptures I've been reading, podcasts I've been watching, people on my social medias, like things of that nature. So I'm like, okay, God, I hear you. I hear you. So I will be talking about forgiveness. The first thing I want to talk about is forgiving your friends and family members, because that's something people don't want to do. That's something that's hard for people to do. Like, I've had a family member I went out of my way to help out, someone I looked up to, someone I loved, someone I thought dearly of, stab me in the back, steal from me, take from me. And I didn't want to forgive him. Like, when they did that, I'm like, how dare you? Like, bro, I loved you with all my heart. I thought you loved me. How could you hurt me like this? How can you do that? And I didn't want to forgive him. I was like, man, when that first happened, like, I was like, forget the money. Like, I was just like, how could, like, I thought we were family. Like, I felt all these emotions. Like, bro, like, you could never make up for what you did. But how can I say that? How many times have I sinned? How many times have I went against God's word? Like, I read the Bible, God saying, don't do this, don't do that. And I went against him and I prayed for forgiveness. And what does God do? Forgive me. God's not like, you're out, Derek. You didn't. Nope. Got 3 strikes and you're out, bro. Like, I've done the same sin. We've all done one sin 10 plus times. God's not like, oh, no, no, no. Too many times you guys are done. No, God forgives us over and over again. I've prayed and begged God for forgiveness. So how am I gonna beg the creator of everything for forgiveness? And then when someone does me wrong, I'm like, nah, can't forgive you, my boy. Sorry. See you never. Like, no, I have to forgive him. And it could be hard. Forgiveness could be hard. Like, when you think about what someone did to you, like, forgiveness is hard. That's something I have to pray for. Like, God, give me the strength to forgive them. Because when I say forgive, I really want to forgive them. Like, I don't want to look at them a type of way. Like, don't get me wrong. There's situations where you probably have to forgive and move on. Like, if you let someone in your house and they're repeatedly stealing from you, forgive them, but you don't have to like let them keep coming and stealing. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying do that, but it's important to forgive. You know what I'm saying? Joseph forgave his brothers. His brother, he was in slavery for like years because of his brothers, and he still forgave them, and God rewarded him for that. God rewarded like Joseph for that. He ended up with a great life because of that, and he just stuck his faith with God. Like, oh, hey, when he seen his brothers, he wasn't like, oh, how dare you? You know what I had to do because of you guys. You know what I went through because of you guys. No, he welcomed his brothers with open arms when he seen them, and that's what I'm trying to get. Like, I'm trying to like, okay, yeah, you did this to me, but hey, I still love you. I still wish the best for you. You need help, I will help you. Because Lord knows how many times I've done the same sin over and over again. How many times I've struggled with pornography, lust, drinking, smoking. I've said it in my last video. I think my last video. I left church going to a bar. Left church when got high. Asked God to forgive me. And he did. Not only did Jesus forgive me, he died for us. And we still sin. Like, he died for us. God hung on a cross. Like, and we still go against him, and he still forgives us. So who are we not to forgive our friends and family? So that's something I want you to think on. Like, it's tough. Like, when you think of what someone wronged you, it's like how dare you? But it's like, how dare us? How dare us to go against God? How, like, it's hypocritical to want God to forgive us and we can't forgive others. When we talk about forgiveness, okay, I think I'm getting ahead of myself a little bit. Last thing I want to say is, think about Judas. I think he was with Jesus for 3 years. And Jesus knew he was going to betray him. Jesus knew. Jesus said, hey, one of you guys are going to betray me. Jesus didn't feel type of way. Like, he didn't like, oh, Judas, like, bro, like, how could you? Like, you're a scumbag. No, he knew. He knew. And he still died for Judas. Still begged God to forgive us. So forgive your friends and family members, man. Don't hold a grudge, man. Don't go to a grave with something you regret. It's important to forgive because we want Jesus to forgive us. And then when I talk about forgiveness, I think a lot of people need to remember, forgive yourself too. Forgive yourself. I think we could all say we've done things that kind of eat us up. Like, man, I look back at some of the things I did, man, it's embarrassing. It can be hard to talk about, but you have to forgive yourself. You don't want like regrets on thing you did to, you don't want that to affect your future. You don't want like, man, that's when you get like, when you think back of things. I think, I used to be suicidal, and this is like, man, I just think about the stuff I did, and it just made it worse. It just built up. It just built up. I'm like, I'm useless, I'm pathetic, and that. You have to forgive yourself. And you don't, man, like when you're in like an certain state of mind, bro, a certain state of mind, it affects so many things that you do, man. If you're in a good, happy place, bro, it's just gonna affect how you act towards people, how you are at your job, how you are with your friends, how you are with your family. So it's important to not only forgive others, but I think people forgive yourself too, man. I think so many people who've committed suicide, man, if they just like had it like just in a different state of mind, I think so many things would be so different. But man, it's hard. Forgiveness is hard. Not forgiving other people is hard, but forgiving yourself is hard too. I think a lot of people hold on to things they did, like they've made mistakes in the past, but God forgives you. Like I said, bro, just look, man, look at the stars in the sky. Just look into the ocean and just all how beautiful it is, bro. God made that, and God made you. God knows you. God knows you better than you know yourself. He forgives you. Why will you not forgive yourself? Well, you want to learn from it. Don't get me wrong. Like things I've done, I've learned from it. Like when I went through my depression, I went through my phase where I was taking pills and cutting myself, and now that's why I'm trying to use that, reach out to other people, and bring them towards the kingdom, or uplift them. That's something big I want to do, man. If you don't know God, I want God to use me to help you out. And because it's never me, it's always God. Like that's why I pray to God, use me. And then if you already have a relationship with God, I want to uplift you, maybe help you with something you didn't know. It's important. So important to forgive yourself. I think yeah, Judas. When he, after everything he did, again, I'm pretty new to the Bible, so I, if I'm wrong, comment below, let me know. But I think he killed himself after like he immediately felt bad for what he did with Jesus. I think I'm just reading on that, like he tried to give him like the silver back and was like, no, no, like no, I was wrong, and then he ended up killing himself because the regret he had, and he felt bad, he couldn't forgive himself, so he ended up hanging himself. So man, forgive yourself, and the best way I think to like make up for your action is change. If you did something you regret, like if you wronged your parents, and you're asking for forgiveness, change. Like show them, okay, I'm not that person anymore. I'm gonna be different. When you pray and ask God for forgiveness, show God, hey, I'm not that person anymore. Thank you for forgiveness. I'm gonna make up to it. You know, by not by can't even talk right now. I'm gonna make up for it by doing right. I'm gonna make up for it by doing right, by praising you, by not doing that anymore. But I think God's calling for me is helping other people. Like some people be like, oh, it's not fair that God put me through this. And saying I like it, I heard it's like, bro, you you can't have a testimony if God never put you through a test. So I talk about depression and all this, and I try to help people. If I never went through depression, I wouldn't be able to say the things I say. I wouldn't, be able to give them the examples that I give. I don't even know if I'd be in church if I didn't go through the depression I went through. I went through everything for a reason. That's why, like, I'm so confident in God's plan, because, like, everything I went through, I know for a fact it is for a reason. So yeah, I hope this video helps. I hope I didn't far too stray. Again, I'm working on my knowledge of God and the Bible. I'm working on making my videos make sense, staying on track, working on my vocabulary and this, that. So, you guys are going to grow with me. I hope that helps. And just remember, forgive your friends, forgive your family members, forgive strangers, and forgive yourself. I hope this video helps. I appreciate everyone who watched this video. Likes, subscribes, all that are very important. I appreciate that all. All glory to God. Again, I just appreciate you guys for stopping in. I do this for God. I hope I can help someone. I pray to God every day that, He uses me to encourage other people. So I hope I did that with this video. Peace, love, and blessings. Derek of the Leaf, out.